Hello, everybody. I think we're actually live. Um, so, okay, okay, what the heck's up with, okay, there we go. So yeah, hello, everybody. I wasn't actually originally planning on streaming today, but, there was a change of schedule, and it's working out. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some streaming stuff. Um, yeah, okay, so just give me a moment. Hey, Jeremy, the White Mage. Yeah, so just give me a moment to tweet out that, I'm actually live and then we'll get started. If you weren't able to catch the last session, I actually just uploaded the replay right now. So you'll be able to catch that soon. I'll be better about getting this replay up more quickly. I'll probably do it right after I finish. So hold on, just tweeting out that I'm live. X and shadow. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so anyway, yeah. Yeah, let's get started. But anyway, in case you weren't able to catch us last time, just in case you weren't able to make last session, I guess I should say, we got through the pyramid, which is like one of the most painful dungeons, which is honestly the most painful dungeon in the entire game. It's painful to get through. So let's, but anyway, getting through that dungeon, however, got us the magic key, which allows us to open a lot more doors. Actually, since we are stopping by Eliahan anyway, we should drop off some mini medals. I think we've got enough to get a new thing, so why not? Is my audio balance okay? Like the balance between the game audio and my voice? Is that alright? Because it's a little bit loud in my headphones, but I don't know how that mixes in the stream, so we're one short. When the total reaches 20, I'll reward you with the boomerang blade. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So one more mini medal and then we'll be able to get the bladed boomerang, which is an awesome weapon. Basically, it allows us, it's fine? Okay, cool. Basically, the bladed boomerang allows us to attack every enemy in a battle and do damage on all of them. So it's like a better version of the whip, essentially. And that's really good to have. So we're gonna be very happy when we get that. I hope the hero can equip it because I don't really remember who's supposed to have it and who's not. So okay, so we can go into this room. The hero will take a huff and help me. I won't say a thing about whatever you happen to do. Basically, he's saying, go ahead, steal our shit. Oh, the lunar staff. Okay, that you can use it to cast... Okay, first off, this needs to go into the bag. The lunar staff, well, it's a much better weapon for whack at the moment. So when we get it, I don't remember what it does. So we're gonna have to try using it in battle and seeing what it happens to do. Found a seed of strength. We're gonna be... I've been thinking, and since Lara has so... we're gonna start evening out the seeds of strength, so I'm gonna go hero, hero, fighter, back and forth, basically. Yeah. It's kind of a waste to give it to the cleric, so... An agility seed, those are always going to whack, though, because he needs to be as fast as possible so that he can... He needs to be as fast as possible so that he can use his healing at the closest to the beginning of the turn as possible. So... Some gold... Some more gold... Oh, the hero ring! That's actually very good to have, because... If I remember, yes, it increases our attack, and it also, gives us the Valiant personality, which I believe is one of the better ones. So it's good to have that. You've already explored those doors. I actually don't think I ever went down in here and checked these. Or maybe I did. Okay, whatever. Anything... Okay, so I think that's all we can do here, although... I believe... Oh! Catherine, you can't break the pots in this one, you can only search them. Also... Hi, Matt. Yeah, that's your name. Your name is Matt. It was a little bit hard to read, just due to the color it was showing up on with. Yeah, there... Oh, no, that's a jail key door. Okay, So yeah, so before we get going with the actual plot, what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom all around the world and see if there's any more doors we can open. Because obviously we want to be able to get as much stuff as possible, and there's usually a decent amount of treasure hidden around whenever you get a new key. So it's always a good idea whenever you're playing any Dragon Quest game to, once you get a new key, to go back to old areas just in case there was a door you missed. So there's probably something in the castle. I just don't remember what. Is it this way? It might be down below. No, that's a jail key door. Well, we better check the rest of Romilly just in case. Oh yeah, there was definitely a door we could open with the magic key in Romilly. It was like here. There we go. I believe one of these bushes has that. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. We got another mini medal, so we can go back and get that bladed boomerang at the very least. Portoga, the kingdom in the west, makes ships. Yeah, getting the ship is our next major story sequence in the game, but we're gonna wait on that just for a bit so that we can get some exploring done in the meantime. Okay, so yeah, that seems to be all of the exploring we can do with this key in particular. So let's zoom on back to Eliahan pretty quick. Yeah, let's zoom back to Eliahan just to get the bladed boomerang, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be an upgrade for our hero, and that would be good to have. What do we get next when the total reaches 30? I'll reward you with the strength ring. Okay, that's pretty good. It's actually a downgrade. Okay, can anybody... Well, it's better than the spiny whip, so you might as well, right? So we can sell the spiny whip at the very least. Can we zoom in the cave? Let's try it. There's probably nothing in Kazave or no annuals, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Oh, oops. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in either the Kazave or no annuals, so let's skip no annuals and go straight to Ashalam. And we already explored Isis with the magic key last time, so after we do Ashalam, we can zoom back to Romilly to get to Portoga, which is actually our next location. Oh yeah, we can go in here. We won't actually be able to get anything in this particular room until very late in the game, so don't worry about that for right now. Oh wait, there was some other, like, some world-building stuff in Ashland that we could get to now that we got the magic key. Like, we can go in here now, and they're gonna be like, this guy's gonna be like, "Hello, travelers. I'm hoping to go east one day, but to travel east, one needs a hobbit to guide them. However, the hobbit Noruds play dumbs and refuses to show the way. We have no choice but to plead our case with the king of Portoga, who is said to be friends with Norud." So yeah, basically, going in here is just supposed to tell you, hey, you should try to find Portoga, and Portoga is to the west. So yeah. Catherine, you can actually grind mini medals in Dragon Quest V. Because they do it differently in that one, where certain monsters will drop mini medals. So you can grind them, although I don't really recommend it, since it's more like a currency. Hello, Pizza Pants. Since it's more like a currency than like in this game or 4, where you just have to get a certain amount, I would recommend saving them for the better items in Dragon Quest V. Because I believe you can get some of the better... Like, I believe you can buy Happy Hats, actually, although don't quote me on that. I would need to look up the prize list to be sure. Okay, so, yeah, let's head to Portoga. Yeah, we have to... one step away! Okay, well, it gives me a chance to try out our new lunar staff. Although we're probably going to kill this guy before we even... Yeah, we can... take care of... It's always nice to see how much stronger you've gotten in these kinds of games. This door leads to Portoga. You may open it and go through if you have the magic key. Awesome. Okay, so... I don't believe there's anything else hidden in this shrine, so let's just keep on going. Oh, we definitely need to remember that there's a jail door there, because I think I forgot about it my last playthrough. Is there anything else lying around here? Well, there's a couple of... Nope. Okay. So, obviously, the monsters are probably going to get a lot harder now that we're over here. Wait, is there something over... Huh. Okay, that's a little... Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. Oh, never mind. They aren't that much harder. These are, like... Alihan enemies. But nothing happened? What? The lunar stuff doesn't do jack? Oh, that's lame. Okay, well, it's a better weapon for him at the very least, so I'm not going to whine too much. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the lunar staff will probably be his weapon for a pretty decent while, so we don't have to worry about that. A mythical entity, I only just started. Oh, okay, now we're getting back to those more difficult enemies. I believe we can put the Mad Ravens to sleep. But no, we haven't done anything. If you weren't here, I think you were here last time, though, for when we were fighting the, for when we were going through the pyramid. Which was fun. But we got the magic key, we just picked up some treasure, and now we're trying to head to Portoga. So, yeah, that's basically just our plan for the moment. Oh, no, they're not susceptible to sleep. I could have sworn that we were able to do something to them. Oh, that is... Oh, you guys suck. Oh, the sap didn't actually do that much. Okay, that's... acceptable. Okay, so let's find Portoga. It's somewhere around here. Here it is! Found it. Awesome. Hey, Asher. Uh, while we're here, we should sell all of our extra shit. The thugs, what's the deal with the masked guys? Oh, are you talking about the, like, the big bodybuilder thieves? Oh yeah, we're gonna need to find Pepper. That's our next story thing. But I don't know. It's just the way that Toriyama designed them. I'm not wasting money on an iron axe. The steel whip might be nice, but I don't want to buy it right away, especially when we've got upgrades for. Well, we've got the black belt. Armor. You know what? We've got plenty of money, so I think it's actually not a waste to upgrade to the steel shield, to the steel whip, I guess. So yeah, let's upgrade. And let's see if we can loan this. Nope. Okay, so let's just sell the sword then. Oh, there actually is a mini medal over here. I was just guessing. Okay, so this is actually kind of a sad little story. If you come here at night, I believe she turns into a cat. Sabrina, I should say. Hold on, let's check the sacks before I go down. Oh, sweet, a strength seed. Yeah, so if you come back here at night, she actually turns into a cat. And the horse that we talked to, in the pen, is actually her lover, Carlos. They've been cursed by Baramos. So that's kind of a sad little thing that they've got going on there. I think there's something in these flowers as well. Nope. Okay. Asher, I recommend 4 or 5, but 7's coming out next week, so that might not be a bad one to try either. I just can't personally vouch for it because because I haven't played it before. Oh boy. Okay, so oof, these. Okay. These are damage tiles. The game wants us to wait until we have Step Guard, but I'm not bothering. So, okay, we've got 81. Ow. Okay, we take 15 damage. We should be fine, actually. Oh, the Mist Staff. That's actually really good. That'll allow us to silence enemies. Ow. Okay. Let's see what we get here. A Vitality Seed. That's gonna have to go to... That's going to Sia for sure. By zero, the thieves, they have different roles depending on the game. Ow. Okay, let's see. A tattoo. Oh, the tattoo just changes your personality to something kind of stupid. So we're gonna probably end up selling that. Let's pass the mist staff. You know what? We're gonna put it in Wax inventory just so that he can have a free stop spell. Yeah, okay, that hurt a lot. Yeah, what's it called? The monster medals are mostly unimportant if you just want to get through the main game, but they unlock a bonus dungeon at the end, so. They actually unlock a second bonus dungeon, because in the SNES version, added one bonus dungeon, and the Game Boy Color version has that bonus dungeon and also the extra one added by the monster medals. So this version actually has the most content out of all of them. JD the Ba, I don't think I'm gonna stream 7. Partially because it's such a long game. Part of why I wanted to do 3 is because it's meaty enough, but it's also pretty reasonable. Like, I will be able to finish this without needing to spend like a year on it. Whereas if I streamed Dragon Quest 7 for 2 hours a week, which is about as much as I can reasonably put into my schedule, the game's like 80 hours long, so I'd be playing it for a year. I can probably get this done before the end of the year, so I'm probably not going to be streaming Dragon Quest 7. I will recognize you as a hero. I will also give you my ship dinner. Okay, so now that we've got the King's Letter, we can go talk to the Hobbit that we met near Ashlam, and go to the east. So we're going to do that next. Oh, Lara's almost leveled up. That's awesome. Let's save, yes. Jeremy, well, my endgame, do you mean my endgame Sage? Because my hero is always X. X cannot change his class, so he's stuck as the hero the entire time. As for my endgame Sage, I believe I'm gonna be having Sia class change to Sage. It seems like the best idea because, when I played the game last time, I changed my cleric to the Sage, but only having one healer was rough. Well, one real healer. Like, you can occasionally use the hero's magic for some healing, but it's not a lot. Having 3 characters with healing spells would be immensely helpful. And it also wouldn't sacrifice... it would basically just be an upgrade for the mage. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna have this... I'm gonna have Sia become our Sage for this one. But we're not gonna be worrying about Sage for a while. I want her to get some of the better mage spells before class changing, because the Sage has a higher experience need than some of the other classes, so. Okay, so now that we're... Oh, I should have... that's a waste. I should have healed in... Actually, no, it's not that much of a waste, because I've got a Warp Wing! Yeah, okay, so now I'm not actually wasting any, MP. Awesome! Whoosh! Okay, so let's go find that cave again. Oh yeah, we have to use the letter, I forgot. Jeremy, yeah, as the white mage, you would approve of more healing spells. Yeah, so now the Hobbit and us and now the Hobbits are bro. So that's pretty cool. I don't believe there's anything interesting in the past other than that though. Cool, so now we're in a whole new area, probably with a lot of new enemies. So let's go find some of them and beat them up. Yeah. Or no, we can have the same enemies. Okay. I don't want him increasing. That's just no thanks. That's just annoying. Oh, they're very susceptible to stop spell though. That's good. Or maybe I just got lucky, I don't know. Being the only big Marvel fan is a little bit annoying, but you know, it's people have their own tastes. It's not a huge deal for me. I can get rid of the letter now. Okay. The Mad Hounds are probably the bigger threat at the moment, because I believe I can put the wild apes to sleep. So we're gonna actually try that just to check. Didn't fall asleep? Nope, they can't fall asleep. Okay, never mind. They hit harder, but if the Mad Hounds get decrease on us, we're a little bit kind of boned. So we want to take care of them first. As far as I can tell, though, they're susceptible to, oh, what's that thing called? To, Sizz spells. Fireball, whatever they call it in this translation. So... Oh yeah, Jack Cortell, the overworld theme in Dragon Quest III is fantastic. It's only... The only thing that I have kind of against it is that they've got a very similar style of overworld theme in Dragon Quest IV once you get all of the characters. And I prefer that track a lot more. So... Oh, we can't go into the shrine yet because we don't have the right keys. Ugh. Yeah, okay. So at the moment, this is just a rest stop. Speaking of Marvel, have I ever tried Legendary? Legendary what, exactly? Homeland is better than Wagon Wheels March. Solar drove me IRL. Catherine, we know that your opinion on this is wrong. We know. We already know this, Catherine. So why do you keep on trying to you know, why do you keep on trying to fight the inevitable? You know? It's kind of weird that that we got the Mist Staff before we even learned Stop Spell, though. Normally, Stop Spell, from what I can remember, is one of the earlier debuffs you get. So, not that I'm complaining, mind you, because now we'll never need to cast Stop Spell. But whatever. Oh, oof, ooh, heat clouds. Oh god, these guys are annoying. They can cast. Oh no, we did learn Stop Spell. Never mind. I'm dumb. These guys can both breathe fire at us, and that's bad. So I'm gonna try sleep. Oh, I did not actually mean to fight with Sia. Damn it. And obviously, you don't want to try any fire type stuff because they're pretty susceptible to sleep. Jeremy, stop enabling her. Oh, it's a Legendary is a board game. Oh, I don't really have a lot of people to play those kind of things with, unfortunately. I believe the Dharma Temple is actually close to here, so that will allow us to change classes if we wanted to. Ooh, Deadhounds. I believe these guys are pretty nasty as well. Really? Both of you guys had to breathe fire? Can the Deadhounds do anything other than just attack, though, is the big question. Oh, no, that's Ashlam. Okay. Alright, I believe town is down here? Yeah, Jeremy, ice would be good, but unfortunately we don't have the level 2 ice spell yet, so we're kind of just stuck with what we've got, unfortunately. Thankfully, these enemies don't seem to be too bad. We can handle them pretty easily. They're not really that much worse than like the mummies we were fighting, for instance. So we should be fine. It's mostly just the fact that the heat clouds have breath is really the big issue. Let's see if they're susceptible to sleep. Also, let's see if they're susceptible to Sizz. Oh, come on, really? I've got Ice Bolt, but that doesn't multi-target, is the problem, Jeremy. If we wanted... Oh, they're susceptible to Fireball, though. That's actually... Oh, and to sleep, too. Okay, so the Deadhounds aren't that big of an issue. They just come in big groups, is the thing. But yeah, we got Ice Bolt. I forget what the... I know the spell's called Crackle in the newer translations. But we don't have whatever this game's version of that is at the moment, so... That's a little bit annoying. Where the hell is town? Ant bears. Oof, I don't remember what these guys do. So we're just gonna go all out on them and not give them a chance. I love Firebane. If I remember correctly... Jeremy, the way that Dragon Quest III does party members is actually pretty interesting. The only mandatory party member is the hero. You have to have a hero on your team at all times. The other party members you actually create and assign classes to, and you can create or change your party members whenever you want back in Eliahan. So, if I wanted to right now, I could dump all 3 of my party members and go and get like a team of 3 goof-offs if I wanted to. And we're actually pretty close to unlocking the Dharma Temple, which allows us to change classes. So, I'd say that the Dragon Quest game that's closest to Earthbound in terms of party structure would be Dragon Quest II. Because in Dragon Quest II, you've got 3 party members. They're the same throughout the entire game. Once you get them, you do them, and they have the same... They have a set role, and they just do what they're supposed to do. Because after that, like, you're given a lot more flexibility. Because in Dragon Quest IV, you've got, like, 8 party members. So you can do a lot more with... you're given a lot more choice in your party. The characters in Dragon Quest IV also have a lot more personality than Earthbound's. Dragon Quest V, you do get some... your party members are determined, like, not partially through your player choice, like your wife ends up becoming a party member, for instance. You do get some party members due to plot, but you also can recruit monsters as well. Dragon Quest VI, again, has a... There's a couple of optional party members. There's also a class system. Actually, Dragon Quest VIII, as far as I can tell, only had like 4 party members, if I remember correctly. So you didn't really get to choose your party members in that game either. I don't know if they had any kind of class system or anything going on in 8, though. I'm not very familiar with 8's mechanics at all. Jeremy, you don't even have to pay to get people on your team. They just are on your... You can just get them to join whenever you want. For free. They start at level 1, though, is the thing. So, generally speaking, you'll be recruiting people at the beginning of the game, and then not recruiting anybody afterwards, because they'll be at... okay, so they're not susceptible to sleep. Good to know. So yeah, so like when you're level 30, you're not going to be adding a level 1 character to your team. But you can, like, class change, and if you class change in Dragon Quest III, you get to keep all of the skills that you learned. So, for instance, if I class change my mage into a warrior, they'll have the stats of a warrior, like they'll start gaining strength and defense, but they'll also still know spells. They won't learn any more, but they'll still learn the ones, they'll still know the ones that they already learned in their past jobs. It's actually pretty interesting. Personally, though, because changing classes is so rigid in Dragon Quest III, you have to be level 20 to change class. And once you change class, you're sent back down to level 1, and you have to grind back up. Since it's so rigid, I don't change class an awful lot in Dragon Quest III. The only one I do is I change one character to a sage. I kind of prefer the way they started doing it in Dragon Quest VI, where your class is somewhat different than your overall level. So I believe 7 has a very similar class system to 6. So I'm actually looking forward to playing that. Bazero, actually, I do think you can somewhat do that. I think you can kind of do that, but I don't think you're given an awful lot of starting equipment, so it would take a really long time to do that. Yo, Black Brother. That's his screen name for people in YouTube on the future. Black Brother 578 joined the chat. Hello. But yeah, Bazero, I don't think it's quite as exploitable as in I don't think it's quite as exploitable as in Wizardry. As far as I know, I've never played Wizardry. There's Town! Jesus. Okay. Catherine, I got really close to the end of Dragon Quest VI. The problem is that I kind of screwed up the way that I did my class selection. Basically, there's a dedicated hero class in Dragon Quest VI. It's very hard to get for, most characters, because for most characters you have to, like, master 4 of the advanced classes in order to get, you have to master 4 of the very advanced classes in order to get the, hero class. But for your main character, they only need to master 1 of those 4 classes, in order to get access to the hero class. So, you know, that would be great. Except, the class that the advanced vocation that I chose for my hero was like the only one that is not applicable to the hero class. And without a hero, the final boss is very, very difficult. I basically did not choose good classes for my party members in general, so it kind of kept me from getting a more helpful party setup would have required a lot of grinding, and I didn't feel like doing it. So, yeah, Dragon Quest VI isn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not as interesting as the other ones. There's not as much going on in it. Like, there's not any, there's not the interesting story beats of 4 or 5. It's not as classic as 3. Like, I think 3 is a little bit more, it's simpler. I think it's got a little bit more heart to it than 6. So, yeah, 6 isn't bad, it's just not as interesting. So, yeah. That's just my, if I can just give you the one tip that I had from the beginning, Catherine, don't make your hero an armamentalist. It's not it's a waste of time. So, what do I want? Do they spell? They don't sell anything interesting. Okay. Yeah. So, I do wanna play 6 again and actually beat it this time, but, that's not really a priority at the moment because I want to play the new games in the series I haven't touched before instead, and so that means that next on my list is Dragon Quest 7, then 8 and 9. Not necessarily in that order, it just depends on what I'm in the mood to play, but oh, I didn't actually buy any stuff. Hello, the positiver, sorry. Boss Zero, it's kind of a combination of both. They kind of start off with a certain kind of stat with, like, I believe the stats are within a range when you start, but you're also given stat seeds at the beginning, which are random and will allow you to boost the stats of your choosing. They're also given a personality at the beginning of the game, which affects stat growth. A lot of it is very random. It's true. The Force Rod looks like an improvement, but it uses MP to attack, and I don't like it for that, because especially for our Cleric, we want that MP for healing, and for our Mage, we want that for area of effect. So we definitely don't want to bother with that. Yeah, but we've got money, so we might as well use it. So let's let's get some new armor. Oh, we can get a magic shield. We can get magic shields now, which will nearly double Sia's. No, it almost doubles Sia's defense. So definitely want to give her one of those. You know what? Let's just get magic shields for everybody. They're not that expensive. And we've got the money to burn, and we probably won't need to upgrade shields for a while anyway. So, and we'll get some of that money back just by selling stuff. So, the black hat, that needs to go to our fighter. Awesome. I just wish that there was an upgrade to the claws. We're not going to get those for a while. I really wish we managed to save that golden claw. That would have been awesome. But, no dice. Yeah, Catherine, I think you will be able to beat Dragon Quest V. Maybe, I know you don't get as much time to play as a lot of other people because you have so much work to do in lab. But you're close to beating the game. The 3rd generation isn't super long. It's the most non-linear part of the game, obviously, but you're at the home stretch, so you're pretty good to beat it, I'd say, if not this week, then next. And you can catch up to Dragon Quest. You can catch up to everybody playing Dragon Quest VII, I think, within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So you're on a good track to do well for. Wait, welcome to the town of Baharata. Okay. We can zoom here, right? Yes, we can. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So, Catherine, yeah, you're doing pretty good. I'm really excited to do that discussion with you, though. You just, for those of you who know Dragon Quest V, Catherine just got to the 3rd generation, which means that she has just seen one of my favorite scenes in the game. The scene right before the 3rd generation is one of my favorite in all of video games. So I really can't wait till we can do I really can't wait till we can do that discussion. Yeah, I want to become a sage. Yeah, I think that's our closest hint that the Jester can actually turn into a sage in the game. Unless if you just chose one for shits and giggles. Sweet, another mini medal. Oh man, that scene is so much feels. And I can't say anything. Here's the thing. I was really looking forward to seeing how you would react to that scene because I had already kind of spoiled one of the more emotional scenes from Dragon Quest V for you, but I didn't mention the other one. So, because there I think are 2 major emotional scenes in Dragon Quest V. Well, I mean, there's a couple of other ones, like the marriage scene, obviously, is beautiful in its own way. But there are 2 big scenes in Dragon Quest V that just hit you right in the gut. And I spoiled one of them for Catherine, and I feel terrible about it. So I'm really glad that she liked the other one. Kidnaps have holed up in a cave on the other side of the bridge. Okay, so that's our next destination. Just so you guys know, you have to have beaten Kandar in the tower in order to continue with the plot at this point. You don't have to give the crown back to the King of Romilly, but you do have to beat Kandar in order to continue. If you're playing the remake version. If you're playing the NES version, you can skip the first Kandar fight entirely. Yeah. Actually, I don't actually think that people's dialogue changes in Bararata at night, because everybody appears to be in the same spots. So, yeah, let's just keep on going exploring. Oh, I spoiled it in a BSC list years ago. Well, then I feel bad for spoiling it during that list because it's a beautiful scene, and I hate that I feel bad for spoiling it in a list. Okay, so the cave is just north of us. We have to go over the bridge into the west. Got it. Yeah, I feel really bad for having spoiled it. Young me made an oopsie daisy. Like, if it was a I only played Dragon Quest V like 4 or 5 years ago at the most, so I really wasn't that much younger. No, I was probably 19, 20 when I first played Dragon Quest III. Actually, I can check on my DS when I first played Dragon Quest V, because I played it on my 3DS and it'll tell me the first day I tried it. Huh. I could do that. Yeah, a normal fireball should probably be good enough to take care of these ant bears along with X's whip. They're not affected by fireball. What? Oh, you dicks! I just remembered. These guys have a really annoying thing about them. They're programmed to gang up on one party member. I just remembered that. Thankfully, the enemies here give more experience, so we should be leveling up pretty quickly, at the very least. Oh, I should have had Whack attack the toadstool. Especially since it casts Ice Bolt on me. Ow. Actually, before we go to the cave, I think we want to go to the Dharma Temple first, just to get that warp point. Oh, killer apes, ew. Okay, can we put them to sleep? Nope, we cannot put them to sleep. Oof, they hit hard. Maybe I should wait until after I beat the. Maybe I should wait until after I beat the cave to go up here. Yeah. Oh, especially since they're not affected by my most powerful spell at the moment. Apparently I'm right here, though. You know what? Yeah, we'll make it to the Dharma Temple. It's only a couple more steps. We can survive that. And then we'll zoom. Just to have the zoom point on us is so helpful. So we'll get the zoom. We'll get the zoom point, and then we'll zoom back to Barorata to do the cave before going back up here. Because there's a dungeon really close to the Dharma Temple where they can get you, where you can get the book that allows you to transform anyone to a sage. It's really close. So yeah, here's the Dharma Temple. We got the save point. Now let's leave. Wait, actually, before we go, you can actually save in the Dharma Temple in this version. So we're gonna save, then we're gonna zoom back, then we're gonna heal, then we're gonna go to the cave. Yeah, the positive, or if you don't have zoom, you're kind of screwed. Oh, oops. Oh well, no big deal. Now let's find the inn, wherever the hell that went. Yeah, I'm doing great on money. I don't think I'll need to worry about money until we start being able to explore the ocean, I think. Which, granted, is pretty soon. Oh, we've only been going for about 45 minutes. We're fine. I definitely want to get the ship today. That is definitely something that I really want to get done. Actually, that guy can cast spells, so let's stop spell him. And let's see if Fireball can work on the stools. Ah, no. Oh, he can do... Oh, okay. He can confuse our party members, which is bad, obviously. Thankfully, these guys don't seem to hit all that hard, so we should be okay. Oops. Why did they put this option into the Game Boy Advance? It looks so bad to have your game stretched out like this. It's disgusting. I can't even look at it. Catherine, they're not as, the things that you can do while you're confused aren't as funny in this game as they would get to be in later games. It's kind of your typical Pokemon Final Fantasy confusion where you just kind of attack yourself. My TQ5 hero got confused and started muttering really fast to the enemy, and the game went through the text super fast. I've never actually seen that before. That's hilarious. Okay, so this is the cave where the, this is the cave where the, where Who's Its Face got kidnapped. So I actually don't remember what we can find in here. So we're gonna go through the place pretty thoroughly. Oh, no! Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. You two fight. Yeah, you fight and you increase because these guys are still gonna do... Yeah! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, 70 damage? Oh my god, that's obnoxious. I really, really wish we had X-Ray. Come on, attack Lara. Nope, we're dead. Oh great, we got a medal. How awesome. Oh, and of course she's the only one with outside. Ugh. Wonderful. Yeah, running into mimics or Canniboxes in Dragon Quest is just not fun. So much for keeping all my characters at the same experience level, though. Like everybody's all over the place. Unfortunately, Whack got the worst of it because Whack kind of died in an important fight, but, you know, whatever. The church is here? Yeah. I'm normally kind of a stickler for keeping everybody at the same XP. So games like it's a stupid nitpick, but Bravely Default, since all of your characters need the same amount of XP to grow up levels. But you get your characters at different starting... Like, you'll play the game with Tiz and Agnes, and then you get a Ring a Bell, and then you get a Dia, and you have to fight battles in between. So they have uneven numbers of experience, and it's really, really annoying. So, yeah. Oh, you have to... The problem with the Canniboxes is that you have to fight them. You can't run away, as far as I can tell. Ugh. Okay, let's go try that again. Am I gonna grind up max level? No. It's not necessary. It's not necessary in this. I don't even know if I'm gonna do the extra stuff. I'm thinking about it. I was about late 30s. I was about late 30s in my playthrough by the time I got to endgame. It's not a super... Dragon Quest 3 is not a super grindy game, thankfully. It's not the hardest Dragon Quest game. That's supposed to be 2, I think, is supposed to be the hardest DQ. This is a bad idea. This is a very, very bad idea. Oh, phew. Okay, that could have been very bad. Oh, now the Shadowers are gonna be able to cast their spells at us, though. So we're gonna want to use that Misstaff. What am I? Are you, Catherine? What are you? Are you asking what I'm doing in the game, or like in this specific moment? Because we're in this cave to rescue some people, so they'll give us pepper so that we can give it to the king so that we can get a ship. That's like our kind of sequence of events at the moment. Okay. Oh, this is the way down. Okay, this is the way we need to go, which means that we're going to go explore every other possible area in this in this floor first. Doop doop. Is this the? No, this is just the room below where we start. This is our starting room. Wait. Yeah, avoiding encounters. Yeah, instant death in Shin Megami Tensei is also annoying, but it's also nice that like you can use it yourself and it's not worthless, which it happens a lot in other games. Okay, we got a lot of gold. Catherine, the bad idea was trying to open these chests with that because there's probably a Cannibox in them. I'm a little bitter at the moment, obviously. But having to losing one party member and having to go revive them and losing a little bit of progress is infinitely better than losing half of your gold. Oh, Pit People's closed betas out. Awesome, Catherine. Thanks for letting me know. I still need to play Battle Block Theater though, and I never did beat Alien Hominid. I own that one. We should play that someday. It's like a 2D co-op shooter for the GameCube. For the time, it looks fantastic. Like it looks straight. It looks like it. It looks straight. It looks like exactly like a Newgrounds cartoon, which is pretty impressive for the GameCube. So we'll have to try that at some point. We also need to do Castle Crashers as well, because that game is fantastic. I love Castle Crashers. Probably my favorite beat 'em up, I would have to say. Oh yeah, the Peter, Alien Hominid is tough. I've never been able to beat it. Actually, I don't think I got much farther than like the second level in Alien Hominid, actually. Hunterflies can cast Fireball? You dicks! Wait, we should heal. There we go. What the heck just happened outside? It's not garbage day. Oh, hi there. I've spent years wandering here. More chests. You can run into executors down here? I'm surprised. Okay, those guys don't look friendly, so we're gonna try to see if we can sleep them. And I want to save my MP for the boss, since I really would rather not like to backtrack out of here again. Yeah, these guys hit hard. Oh, but they're sleeped pretty easily, so I don't think we have to worry about them too much. Yeah, those guys are pushovers. Vitality Seed, awesome. I've been putting a lot of those on our mage, but I think our cleric could also use some more HP as well, so we'll put that on them. I do think I will leave and come back one more time, though. And I'm almost positive that there's a chest hidden in one of these little alcoves. Oh, they're stunned. Awesome. Okay. 2 shadowers on a stun is no problem whatsoever. See, it didn't even need to attack. Okay, yeah, good. I'm just very paranoid because we're going to be I'm just being kind of paranoid at the moment because the Kandar we spoiler alert, we're fighting Kandar again. His fights are tough, especially since he kind of kicked our ass last time. So I want to save and heal before we go and fight him again. So my favorite spell? Depends on the game, honestly. I'm a real big fan of whenever you get monster abilities, because, like, getting Sweet Breath, free all enemies sleep, or, like, Paralyzed Breath especially, fantastic. I'd have a hard time picking a favorite normal spell, though. Kafrizzle is pretty fantastic. It does like 200 damage on enemies. It's pretty awesome in that way. Kathwack doesn't actually exist, Catherine. It's just a made-up thing for Kural's final attack. Oh, you wuss, you ran away. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's how we get to the bottom floor. I don't think that there's enemies on this floor. Chests, yeah. Agility seed. Black Brother 578. Am I getting Sun or Moon? If you're talking about Pokemon, probably Pokemon Moon, I think is the one that I'm gonna go for. As for my reason why, I'm not a fan of either cover legendary, but Sun's legendary I like less than I like Sun's legendary less than Moon's, even though I'm not a fan of either. Oh, I didn't mean to use it on him. Oh well. No huge loss. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no encounters in this room. Oh wait, but there's a mini boss fight coming up as soon as we open this door, if I remember correctly. So, heal all. I love that they put in a fast healing option in Dragon Quest. It is fantastic. Yeah, we have to fight these guys. Nah, I'm good. Okay, so yeah, so now we gotta fight the 4 goons. Let's get a few increases up before using area of effect damage. I don't think these guys are too difficult. Oh no, they're wimps. But, like, we got 2 of them out to begin with, but increasing some of our defense will keep them from doing any substantial damage whatsoever. Okay, yeah. That's worth it, I think. I'm still a little bit iffy on Sun and Moon, Jeremy, but it looks better. It keeps on looking better as I see more footage. The only thing about it is that I'm still not a fan of most of the new Pokemon. Like, there's a lot of them that I just do not think look good at all. Like, design-wise, I should say. I'm not a fan of most of the new Pokemon's designs. And, you know, that's a mostly... I'm not saying that all of them are terrible. There are some standout good ones. But most of the new Alola forms and Pokemon I'm just not a huge fan of. So that's really my biggest issue with it in general. Okay, so we need to pull a lever. Yeah, so, fun fact, the first time I played this game, I pulled the lever here, you free Gupta and Tanya. They're like all lovey-dovey and stuff. And then I cast outside to escape from the dungeon immediately. I go back to town, they're not there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I come back, they're back in prison, because you have to fight Kandar in order for them to actually be saved. So, yeah. Okay, so this is just giving us a chance to heal up before we fight Kandar again. Okay, Kandar, round 2. Okay, the goons shouldn't be too much of an issue, but we do want to get rid of them first, just because they're they're an annoyance that we don't want to have to deal with. So. Oh, and they also got a lot more HP in this fight. I think they're a different goon. Yeah, and Kandar still hits pretty hard himself, so I think 2 or 3 increases should probably do it. Let's do 3 just to be safe. Oh, they can cast... Oh, I didn't even know that the goons could cast decrease. We'll have to do a simple increase on... We'll have to do a... Let's sap Kandar and do a upper on X, and then we should be good to go. Catherine, save before equipping it just in case, but I think monsters can equip it. I think monsters can equip those items without any consequence in this one. I think monsters can equip items that would normally be cursed without any consequence, but I would save before equipping it just to be sure. We've actually been pretty lucky about critical hits so far, so. The positive are thoughts on Pikmin 3DS. I don't think it looks particularly promising, honestly. It just... Well, for one, I'm disappointed that that's our next Pikmin game. When they were talking about releasing a new Pikmin game, I thought that they were talking about a console actual Pikmin game. So, I'm hoping that there's a real Pikmin 4 in development and that this is just a spin-off. But I can't say for sure that that's what they're doing because they weren't ever super clear about what the next Pikmin project was supposed to be in the first place. But you know, as a spin-off, it's not that I'm like devastated or anything. It's just even as a spin-off itself, it just doesn't look super fun. Like, it looks pretty slow-paced, and I'm not a fan of action games where you have to use the touchscreen because your hand covers up part of the action trying to do stuff, especially if you're right-handed like me in a left-to-right side-scrolling game, because your hand is going to be covering up what you're supposed to be moving towards, which is bad. So, yeah. Looks disappointing, but it's ultimately harmless if they do have a real Pikmin game in development, I think. But anyway, yeah, we beat Kandar. Did anybody else level up? No. Fine. Okay, so now we can actually get out of here. See, that fight actually, especially considering how poorly our first fight against Kandar went, that actually went pretty smoothly. So yeah, let's go to Barararada and yeah, get ourselves some pepper. It's 1:45 now. We've been going for about an hour and a half. there's... I think I'm gonna err on the side of caution and end a little bit early today. Because... we do have the ability to get Pepper now. So, where's that guy's dad again? Oh yeah, he's like upstairs or whatever. Yeah, so now we got the Pepper, so we can get the ship whenever we want. It's Dharma's temple. Yeah, they're telling us that we should go to the Dharma temple, basically. I never went up here, and I never checked these guys' drawers. They don't have anything anyway. Yeah, so anyway, I think we're probably... R-Wing, sorry. Sorry that you just got here, because I'm actually just about to finish up. Here's the thing. We've got a couple of different things that we could do at this point, and I don't want to... Well, actually, hold on. I need to check something real quick. Can we actually make it to the tower in this area? Or do we need the ship to get there? Because basically, there's a... we can go back and get the ship where the game really starts to open up. But there's also a optional dungeon up here. And I want to try that. I want to get that done. Just because it'll give us some good experience for the sea. Which is actually... because once we get the ship, obviously the world opens up. And so we get access to some much more difficult enemies. And I want to be able to, I want to have a little bit more experience before we do that. And I think the game expects us to do this tower now anyway. So, I really... Also, there's like a boatload of metal slimes in there as well. So, yeah, actually, okay, yeah, the tower's right here. Oh, Maddoxes. I remember these guys being hitting very hard. Let's see if we can put them to sleep, and we'll firebane them. Oh, thank God we got rid of the Killer Ape in one hit. Oh, R-Wing, we never got the Golden Claw. We died, and it got lost, unfortunately. It was kind of it was funny, at the very least, but it was kind of a waste of time. Oh, we got promoted to level 15. Awesome. We learned outside. Sweet. Having another person who can cast outside is always helpful. Okay, so yeah. So, anyway, here's the plan. I want to do this tower next. But it's kind of a long dungeon, and we've been going for over an hour. So, I'm going to cut today's stream a little bit short. Just so that we can, we'll rest in Bararata, and then, we'll rest in Bararata, zoom to Dharma, and then... I think you can rest in Dharma Temple, but I don't remember where. So it's better to just... Actually, you know what? We'll just explore... We'll just start next time by exploring Dharma Temple. Yeah, so... I'm sorry, I'm spacing out completely. Anyway, we really only have two options for what we're going to do. For right now, it's either do a long dungeon or start exploring the ocean. Both of which are very long tasks. So we're going to instead cut things early, just because... I'm sorry that it happened that way. But, you know, it's just... Things went pretty smoothly for a change, so... Excuse me. Got a little bit of heartburn going on. But yeah. Yeah, I just... thanks everybody for joining me. I was happy to stream. It's nice to just get your mind off of things every once in a while. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Next time, we're probably gonna... We're gonna do that dungeon and then probably start exploring the ocean, I would say. Depends on how long the dungeon takes us. Okay. Talk to you all later. Goodbye.